So tension basically is taking you out of your comfort zone. So suddenly things don't sound pleasant necessarily, or don't sound stable at least. And the very typical curve would be kind of a build-up to a climax. Happens a lot. Once you can have different parts, different peaks, and then it falls. If you start with a couple of let's say volume T maybe. I'm not going to put an example for this one because I think it's quite obvious. All of us have listened to a song that goes up in volume. And other tunes, other examples I'm going to put. Maybe 7 minutes of a song on the same groove, then suddenly in the 8th minute changed. So then you have two different types of tension. One is by repetition, and then you release it by changing, and you also build another tension at the same time, which we'll talk about.
I'm gonna do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know. Get up, get on up, get up, get on up.
He's a master of that, actually, Miles Davis. And it makes so much sense using silence as another note, you know? I mean... And slowly you will... So tension by... We talked a little bit about this. Tension by unexpected. Something unexpected. Right. And then, yeah, minor 7 actually has much less tension than... Could be like... If we group it, we will group later with chords, we will group it in... Then the links are... Okay, so check a little bit the minor just to hear what I've just explained. So in minor harmony, scale are not in the minor scale, minor harmony. That is extended versions of major and minor harmony, okay? Let's say, for now. Okay, now we're gonna talk about, which is, let's say, rhythmic aspect. So we're gonna go back to what you said about melody in a pulse. Yeah, it can have a pulse, and because melody, of course, is never only, it's always kind of at least a rhythmic of these terms. But we're gonna check a couple that are quite important. First one is anticipation. So we are 4. This will be anticipation. Even if we don't repeat it, we can repeat it. Both of those are anticipation, okay? Syncopation is when actually the whole strong beat is shifted. It's not only the note of the melody, like everything is shifted. So, for example, about stuff that you asked, which is annoying with this, but release in harmony. Some tunes are composed only with diatonic harmony, which is fine. And you have options for generating tension. There are many more options. Quick thing about dominant chords, they are related to some, so 7th chords and diminished chords, or diminished with a 7, I don't know how you write them. So both on distance, and to even multiply that tension. So, okay, 5 to 1. But now of the 5th degree. So what notes can we change? So it's all the notes going. So in this example, for example, I sharpen the 9, so I'm playing on the altered extensions. I'm playing a sharp 9 to a flat 9. Done. Step up to the 1, and then so C sharp or D flat minor to C minor. Okay, so that's very simple way. Leading chord is called also leading chord. They use it a lot in, so this will be, yeah, let's call it leading chord. It's not a bad name. So it's chromatic. Chromatic means half step away, okay? Chromatic scale is the scale that goes through all the semitones. That's the chromatic scale. So that happens a lot in big band arrangement, in general arrangements for whatever. So you suddenly move all your. It's kind of parallel harmony in a way, but on a micro level, only with half step movement. Okay, only semitone movement. Before you go to any chord, you are in normal degrees. You're doing 1 to 5, and then back to 1, for example. But instead of playing 1, you play half step up of 1, and then 1, or half step down and then 1. Okay, that's a leading chord. Another way to create tension. Yeah. So yeah, this was a bit dense. I'm sorry. Any questions? Secondary 7 will be a different type of chord. You can use secondary 7s a lot for harmonizing melodies. It's very much used, and it's a super nice way of harmonizing stuff. A leading chord is when it's not diminished. Secondary 7 is a diminished chord. 7s are diminished chords. Leading chord is just it's parallel. It's just the same chord, just half step up or half step down. So if we're in C minor to G7, to D flat minor, or C sharp minor, or to C. So it's the same type of chord. It's parallel. All the notes move the same time. Yeah. Any other questions? No. Stuff. Okay. Cool. And then we go to rhythmic tension. So, rhythmic tension is probably the most important, because I strongly believe that people, when they hear music, they hear the rhythm, then they hear the rhythm again, then maybe they hear a little bit of melody, and then maybe on the end someone says, "Oh, look, that's a nice bass line." but I mean, most of the people are just gonna hear the rhythm. So if you actually make that interesting, I mean, you have most of it. So rhythmic tension, this was harder for me to describe, because I've never really like analyzed it so much. always did like kind of instinctively, but yeah. So first way of creating rhythmic tension. Keep getting the wrong pen. Will be syncopation, that we talked a little bit before. Syncopation and creating an unexpected or original groove. So if you have a groove that is just playing the strong beats all the time, I cannot even do it. I'm playing extra sync. Okay, so it's okay. It works. It works. It has. You can add tension. Like I'm playing quite strong. That has some tension already. Dynamic tension. But I mean, rhythmic tension doesn't have so much. We're playing 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2, or all the beats. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a better example, actually. Playing some harmonic tension though, but rhythmically doesn't have much. If we, instead of play the 1 and 3, change where we play. We change the beats where we play. 2, 4. 1, 2, 3.